Hello everyone, welcome to AI Brahma YouTube channel. My name is Ganesh. In this Master Document Automation training series, we will learn why exactly pre-processing is required in document automation and how we can build the pre-processing in automation anywhere. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get first notification to you. Let's dive into the real demo. Why exactly we need a pre-processing in document automation? Example, let's consider this is one of the invoice from the ABC company. The problem with this invoice is this might be in a tilted mode, or if you see the background color, this is not a white background. Basically, learning instance or your OCR technology will extract the information from the white background properly than your colored background. Basically, this is having a multicolor. If you see somewhat green and blue is mixed with this invoice. Sometimes this will cause an issue for the OCR to extract the information properly from this particular invoice PNG file. How we can do that particular, what we call it as pre-processing in automation anyway. If you do this pre-processing before uploading into the learning instance, then you will get a output quality very good, as well as the time consumption to extract the information from the PDF or the invoice will be very less. So that's why we have to do the pre-processing in document automation. How we can do the document automation pre-processing? Let's see now. And let's create a task bot. And here let me add a pre-processing R&D and create and edit. So once we will create a task bot, in the left hand side activity panel, we will have a pre-processing activity. We call it as IQ-bot pre-processing. IQ-bot is the previous version of document automation, but still we have a activity name as IQ-bot pre-processor. Don't confuse with this particular naming convention, but this works very well for your document automation also. So now coming into the IQ-bot pre-processor, you can see a lot of options here. You can concatenate the images. Example, you have a multiple images in the one folder. You have to concatenate those images and then you have to upload into the learning instance. You can do with concatenate images and convert image into the PDF. It's your convenient, right? Definitely image will work with document automation, but in case if you want to convert image to PDF, then upload into the document automation learning instance, that is also possible here. Edit image or get only the barcodes from the images or the PDFs, document information like who created this particular document or what is the content of that document, everything you will get it from this different activities. So example, in this particular case, I'm having a multicolor. So let's see the invoice again. So if you see the background color is having a multiple colors, right? I want to reduce this color gradient and I have to make sure this background should be in a white color. For that purpose, we have to go with the enhance images. So once you will take enhance image, it will ask for the input file. Let's consider the input file in a variable. Let's go and create one variable. As this is a file, I will take a variable called file and here file input file. I'm using a camel case here. The best practice is camel case. And for time being, I'm using as an input. And now I'm just creating this and save. So once after that, let me add a desktop file or here in the variable section, let me add a file input. And most important part is where exactly you want to store this. So I will store another folder here. Let me create a folder called output, right? No confusion. Let me go inside and take this path, come back to the automation anywhere and add it here. So now add a effect. In add effect, you have a lot of options. Grayscale you can adjust, blur and sharpen or denoise. So like this, we have a lot of options. In this case, I want to decrease the color gradient in my background, the invoice background, right? So that's why I'm taking a grayscale. First, I'm taking a grayscale and add it. After that, we will see all the options. And now I will keep it this, all other things are default. And let's run the bot. So now what will happen in this case? Bot will take an input file. Let me just take an input file from here. Go back, right click and copy as a path. Come back to the input, add it. Once you confirm, bot will pre-process that particular image and it will convert whatever you have added the effect, adding that effect. Example, I am adding grayscale into that particular image. It will add a grayscale technique to pre-process that particular document and it will save that output document in a particular output folder, whatever you have given in the output path. So basically I'm using a output path. So once it is completed, let's go back here and going into the output. And if you see now the invoice, the background color is changed. It is changed as somewhat the white. So if you want to enhance more on this particular, definitely you can use another techniques. Like example, we have a add effect. Here we have a lot of other options. Example, contrast you can increase to 2 or whatever the contrast. Again, this need a definitely the R&D you have to check multiple times which one is better for your process, right? Depending on your particular files, you have to decide which one is the best. So now I have added two effects. One is a grayscale effect, another one is a contrast effect. Let's see how the output will come. So basically this will increase the quality of the output from the document automation if you're adding this pre-process part into the document automation. So now it's very quick. So once after this completes, let's go back and see. See now if you see the data is totally blurred. So that's why as I told you have to do the multiple R&Ds and you have to check which particular grayscale or contrast or which technique of effect is very the feasible for your invoices or the PDF. It's very important. For the time being, I'm just taking only the grayscale and we can use it for the further process. If you're having any question, please let me know in the comment section. Definitely, I will try to help you with the answer. So now we have just created a pre-process enhancing image, right? But I want to take the input file from the Copilot form. In the previous session, we have learned how to create a Copilot form, right? So now we have to take the input file from the Copilot form. Then we have to utilize here that particular input file, right? So how we can take that? Let's go back to the Copilot form here, right? So document automation form, just to give a information here, like we have added enter your name. Basically, we don't need a name, but just for the form sake, I'm just adding a your name and drop your file here and submit button. Like this, we have whatever the file we will upload into this particular form, we have to take that file, right? So let's go back to the process in the process flow. And we will add once after we take the input from the user using a start form. In the previous session, we have learned how to apply here the form, everything, right? And after that, let me bring a bot. Here you have to take the bot. Example, let's say I'm using a pre-processing bot. So that's why I will add pre-processing as a name and task name again, maybe the same thing. I will take it for the demo purpose. And let's add a bot, browse, and our bot is pre-processing R&D. Whenever you are taking a bot, if you remember, we have mentioned input file as an input variable. So that's why it will show here the file input file, download or upload. So now I need to download the file whatever users are uploaded into that form, right? Basically, forms will not be in your device or in the remote device. Forms will be in any of the website or the Teams channel or the Copilot website, right? To get that particular file from the control room, we have to use a download. Whenever you want to download the file, choose a download option. If you want to upload a file, then you have to take a upload option. But I want to download, so I'm taking a download. Then you have to use a insert variable. And here you will see the request and pre-processing. Basically, the start box is a request. So that's why I'm taking a request and input drop your file, right? So let me take a file here. So once after this, whatever user will upload, right, that file will come to the download folder of the input file. But still we have not downloaded the file, just we have referred, okay, this is what the file path in the database or in the control room. So now let's go back to the pre-processing task bot, and here whatever you have uploaded into the Copilot, you have to download back to your local folder. That is mandatory. Directly you cannot pass it in your pre-processing or any of the process flow which is available in the action panel. How we can download that particular file? For that we have to use the option called process composer, and here you have an option get stored file. Basically, if you want to upload a stored file into the control room, then you can use a upload stored file. But currently, I'm having a file in a Copilot form that I need to download it, right? So that's why I'm using a Copilot stored file, get stored file. And here the variable is whatever the variable you are taking, right? So that is file input file. And now here you have to give where you want to download this particular file. So let me go back to the pre-processing folder and let me create another folder called Copilot input. And I will make sure this is empty because no confusion. Once after you start the bot, then only it will come over here. So now I'm just copying this particular path and I'm pasting here. And this is my input folder, right? So whatever you will download from the Copilot screen, that will save it under this particular input folder. Then just save it. If you want to take OK result or success failure, you can take it this result. I'm just keeping it as optional. And here in the preprocessor enhance image, let's change the input file path to desktop file and add over here. And I know once after it is downloaded from the Copilot, the name of the file will be remain same, right? Example, this is what we will get it, the name of the file. Let me go back here and invoice PNG, right? So let me copy that and come over here, paste it. So now what will happen? So whenever you trigger the bot from the Copilot form will take a file, and that file reference path will come to the process composer get storage file, and it will download the file in your local folder. You can use shared drive also to download it or your local folder. That's the best option. So now after that, I'm taking a pre-processing folder as that local folder, and I'm doing the same work whatever we did previously. So now let's go back to the pre-processing, and what I will do is I'm just removing whatever we have in the output folder for the time being. And if you see, the Copilot input is empty and output folder is empty. Invoice is whatever we will upload into Copilot, right? So let's go back here and close. Now coming back to your Copilot. So this is what we call it as Copilot process flow. And now what we did is, first we are assigning a form here, and after that the reference of that file we are taking in the pre-processing input. That's it. So let me run the bot. So if you're having any confusion or a question, please comment on this video's comment section. I will try to help you guys with the answer. So now let me add a Ganesh, and here the browse drop your file, right? So let's go here and let me take a path from here, go back, the input. So you can use any of the file like a PDF, Excel, or the PNG, whatever the supported file you want to use it, you can use in the drop your file section. In this particular demo, we are using a PNG file, so that's why I'm taking the same thing. And now you can submit or submit. So we have not added any logic for the submit. So that's why the another submit button is working fine here. So now the process flow is started or triggered in your remote machine. So in this particular case, I'm using a creator license. So that's why it is running in my own machine. But in the production, it will pick a device pool and it will do all the tasks. So now if you see, it started a bot as created a request. So basically this is a trigger using a Copilot flow. Then it is completed a pre-processing task immediately, then it is request is closed. So now if you go back and see the output, what is happening here? See, once you uploaded an invoice, your pre-processing bot will download that invoice into Copilot input, and the same input file is available here, whatever you have uploaded into the Copilot, right? So then your output will generate in the output folder with using gradient, right? So this is what we call it as the pre-processing in automation anywhere using Copilot. The same thing we will continue in the next session, and we will see how we can classify the different documents again using Copilot and different techniques in the taskbot. Happy learning, go be great.